I'm Jamie and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing another ranking video, and this is going to be ranking the CBS Ghosts on how much I want them to haunt me. Now, I have done this with the BBC Ghosts before, so if you want to see it, it will be up here somewhere. And I really enjoyed doing that video, and I've caught up to like the episodes that we're at now with the American Ghosts, and I thought it'd be fun to do this kind of video. Now, a couple of things is that obviously I've only seen the American Ghosts once, whereas I have watched the UK one a bunch of times, so I do know the ghosts a lot better with the British ones. So I might not be as up to date with everything to do with the American Ghosts. I may not remember some references, especially because there are a lot more episodes. And also, I am going to be quite harsh and strict because I find the American Ghosts are a lot more likeable to the audience than the British Ghosts. I think the British Ghosts have a lot more kind of like good things and bad things to do with their personality, and I think the balance is a bit different. I think the CBS Ghosts are a lot more likeable in the sense that they are nicer. They tend to develop a bit quicker than the British ones, so yeah, I am going to be a bit harsher with them. That's it. And also, just say I do like all of the American Ghosts, so just because they're in a lower tier doesn't mean I necessarily don't like them in the show, just that I wouldn't want them to haunt me kind of thing. And I'm only going to be ranking the main ghosts, the core ones, because obviously there are other ghosts that we see quite a bit throughout the show, like Nigel or Hetty's husband, the plague ghosts, but they're not really in it too much. So yeah, it's only going to be the primary ghosts. So the categories I have, they're the same for the ones that I did for the BBC version. So the top tier is we'd get on like a haunted house on fire. Second one is that we'd be pretty good friends, we'd get along quite well. The second one would be average housemate, so I kind of see this as we live together, we don't really have many disagreements, but we're not good friends or anything like that. The next one is tolerate each other, is that we don't really get along, we're not friends at all, we may have disagreements, but it's not I'd be rushing to move out kind of thing. And the last one is absolute hell. I would not want to live with this person at all. I would not want to see them, really. So that's kind of, what my rankings are. So first of all, we have Sasapis, or Sass. I'm never quite sure how to say his name. I've heard people pronounced differently in the show, but Sass is his little nickname. I really like him. I think he's a really friendly ghost. I like that he is kind of a bit of a gossip. I think that would be quite fun to, have around. He could go off and I don't know, just get me gossip about people if I'm feeling bored. He's quite easy to keep kind of occupied. He likes TV, and he likes he's very happy just having you cook a pizza and have him smell it. He's a lot more I don't know how to say it. It feels more he's more easily to distract and keep happy, so that he doesn't kind of bother you too much. And I also like the fact that he's a really good storyteller. I feel like that would be really interesting. And as one of the older ghosts, he would have loads of interesting things to talk about. So yeah, I think he's a really cool character, and I think he's going to go in the top tier because, I think he's really cool. I think he'd be quite fun to have around, and if I'm not wanting to kind of chat with him or hang out with him, then, there are things I could do to keep him occupied. So next up is Alberta, and I think she's pretty cool as well. I think she is a bit more high maintenance than Sass, but again, I think she'd be very entertaining. I would very much like to help solve the mystery of how she died with her. I'd love to get involved with that. I feel though, as I said, a bit more high maintenance. I feel she's less easy to kind of distract with things, and she is, I feel the singing I think would be cool, but she is kind of likes to be the centre of attention, and I just don't think I could keep up with that. So I'm going to put her in the second column because I think she's really cool, and there's nothing really too negative about her. But like I said, I just feel she'd be a bit more difficult to distract, if that makes sense. So yeah, I'm going to put her in pretty good friends. So next up, I've included this one, just jokey one, but Crash, I think his name is. He appeared in the pilot episode and then just didn't appear again. I think he's supposed to be coming back. Yeah, I just included in him here because I feel he was supposed to be part of the core ones, but I'm going to put him in the middle because we don't know much about him, so I feel he'd just be kind of one of those housemates that you just see, just you cross paths every now and again, and yeah, it's fine, but you've not really got anything else there. So yeah, I thought that was just quite a funny one to put in. So next up is Flower, and Flower's an interesting one. Again, I really like her character, but would I want to live with her? I feel like she's quite forgetful. I feel like she'd be like just quite distracting some of the times when she's not just off in her own little world. I feel like she'd be quite distracting, just like asking questions, telling you the same story over and over again. But she is kind of cool, you know, she robbed a bank. She like into like basketball. I'm not into basketball, but like there's more to her character. Like I feel like we are learning a lot more about her. There's like we hear like little bits about her now and again. Yeah, I feel like I feel like one thing in this, it's not really supposed to be a review of the show, but I feel like they could get into like the trauma of being in a cult with her a bit more. Yeah, I don't really know where to put her. There's nothing that really like I feel like we could chat for ages about. I wouldn't really know how to distract her. I guess you could just give her like a dream catcher or like a wind charm, and she could be distracted for ages with that. Again, I think she's quite needy in certain aspects as well. I think I might put her with Alberta. But again, I don't dislike her in any way. Yeah, I'm going to put her there. This is a lot more difficult than the BBC one. It was so much easier to like be harsher with them. Okay, next up, Thorfinn. Thorfinn I love. I love that he is, you know, all about like animals and the environment. I really like that part of his character. I think it's a really cool idea, especially again being the oldest ghost. Yeah, the oldest ghost. And yeah, again, he'd have lots of history to tell, like, and stories to tell you. However, there are some downsides to his character in terms of like, would I want to live with him? Like the anger issues, I think would really like drive me up the wall. I feel like I'd get very annoyed by that. The night terrors, I know they kind of resolved that in one episode, but still, I wouldn't be surprised if they did come back. I feel like you also have to explain a lot of things to him. He doesn't seem to be quite like up to date with like the other ghosts are. He's not the worst, but I'm going to put him in tolerate each other because I feel like we could get on. But the anger issues, I think, are just like a no for me. But he is like a sensitive soul, so I'd love to kind of like help him work through that. But then it's a lot of effort, so I'm going to put him in the second one. Again, love his character like so much. But yeah, he's going to go in there. Next up is Trevor. Now, Trevor, again, for some reason I didn't expect this to happen, but I feel like he is one of my favourite characters in the show. But I don't think I'd want to live with him because well, first of all, he's kind of like the douchey finance bro kind of thing, and I feel like that would get on my nerves, even though his character is a lot more likeable than I was initially anticipating. I feel like as well, he has caused trouble for, I was going to call her Alison with Sam, because, you know, with like messing with all the computers, and I feel like he could really like, especially if you're bored and you've got somebody to mess with, I feel like he would do that quite often and causing trouble in the terms of like talking to Jay's sister, like basically like talking to her on a dating app. I feel like that could get people into a lot of trouble. Like say if I'm using, I just don't want people like downloading dating apps onto my phone, and basically I could get in trouble for like catfishing people, because obviously I wouldn't be able to explain that it's a ghost. So I feel like he could definitely cause a lot of trouble, but I feel like we would kind of get along in certain aspects as well. Again, I don't like how kind of like he kind of like treats some women as objects, even though like we have kind of developed that idea that he just wants to fall in love, but he's not the nicest character in terms of how he treats women. So I'm going to put him in tolerate each other, because again, I feel like we could get along in certain aspects, but I don't know, because he's not the worst. He's not as bad as like Julian in the BBC one, but yeah, he's a bit douchey, so he's going to go and tolerate each other. So next up is Hetty. And Hetty is a character that in the last few episodes that I've watched has really like developed and grown, but I still don't think I would want to live with her. She's very judgmental. I feel like she wouldn't like a lot of the things I do. I feel like she would kind of push her beliefs on me a bit. But again, her character is improving quite a bit. Like she is more into like, she's developing as like a feminist almost throughout the episodes. And I do like that, but I still feel like she would get on my nerves. But as a little thing, I really loved her and Isaac's little interaction in the latest episode, in the therapy one. I thought that was really sweet. But I'm going to put her in the bottom tier because, yeah, I just feel like she would annoy me, and just like keep like judging me, and I don't like that. Yeah, so I'm going to put her in the bottom category, which I feel like is quite mean considering I just put Trevor in the one above, but yeah, they're very close to each other, those two. So next up is Isaac. And again, I really like Isaac in this show. I feel like he's probably my least favourite ghost. Ooh, I don't know. That's quite hard to choose, actually. But I feel like he does kind of... I don't know. Maybe he isn't. I do like him, but yeah. I feel like, again, he's quite needy. I feel like he'd keep like pressuring me to like write about him. And yeah, he's all kind of like into war. I'm not really into that kind of stuff. Yeah, I wouldn't really say we've got anything in common. I really like Hamilton, so he'd hate me for that. But yeah, I just don't feel like we'd have much in common. I wouldn't be up to like writing a book about him or anything like that. But it would be interesting to see him like kind of like help him work through all those kind of like issues he's got. Be, you know, interesting to see if we can help him develop and make him happy with himself. Oh, and also I wouldn't want him if like he is kind of like the chance he could like walk through me and it could smell really bad. I don't want that chance. Ooh, so it's gonna be bottom two, but I don't know which one. I feel like he could leave me alone if I wanted him to, whereas Hetty, I think, would keep like pestering me. So I guess I'm gonna put him there. But again, Trevor and him, they're close to being with Hetty, and I feel like Hetty could go up to the top one as well. Oh, that's quite difficult. I'll keep it like that with now. I'll go with first impressions. I said I was going to be quite harsh. So, yeah. And last up is Pete. And I do really like Pete. Again, I feel like he's quite easy to like distract. I can put the TV on for him. Just kind of leave him to it. I'm not really into camping or anything like that. But I guess I could kind of like do more outdoorsy things. I do quite like archery. So I don't know whether that'd be good or bad for Pete. But yeah, I think he'd be nice enough to get along with. I'm not sure whether I would like him as much as I like Sass, but he is quite cool. He doesn't have any powers that could get in the way. I think he's quite like sensitive and nice. He would always try to want to please me, so that's a good thing. He's a bit of he's a pushover, basically. So I feel like he could do what I want him to do. Yeah, I guess I'd put him in the top one then. It'd either be, yeah, between the top two, but then he does kind of get a bit possessive almost with, so I guess that could possibly be a bit of an issue, but I feel like, yeah, he's not too bad. So yeah, I'll put him in the top one. Yeah, I think that's fair. I think that's a good ranking. But yeah, I think that is everybody. Obviously there's people like the plague ghosts or the cholera ghosts, the people that live in the cellar. They'd probably go with like tolerate each other. And recurring characters have like Nigel. I'd probably put him in like average housemates because you could just kind of stay out the way. We see each other in passing, and obviously he doesn't live in the house either. And Elias, is that her husband's name? He would definitely be in absolute hell, but like he'd be one worse than Hetty because he is just the most unlikable character that has been on this show. But yeah, let me know what you guys think of my rankings. Where would you put the characters? Who would you most want to be haunted by? And tell me why as well. I'd be really interested. If you like this video, then please give it a like. It'd be really appreciated. It really helps the channel. And yeah, as I said, comment down below what you think of my rankings. And yeah, subscribe if you want to see more videos to do with television. I'll have more videos out for you soon. Thank you for watching. Bye!